The fundamentals never change. Folks, if anything can be is said about utility projects or the projects that have good use cases, is that their foundations, their fundamentals, they never change, especially in turbulent times, especially in volatile times. At least one thing gives me peace of mind when I'm holding a certain asset, because these are troubling times, folks. If you're holding a meme coin and these times come, you do not know what to do, you panic, you do not realize what's happening. But if a project has sound fundamentals, if it has strong foundations, if it is built for the future, people tend to see these dips as buying opportunities or increasing their back sizes. I know it hurts. I know it hurts to see your hard earned cash going down, your holdings going down, the value going down, or at least. I think one psychological aspect is that most people I've seen that are into Flare, especially into Flare network or in good projects, they basically go through a phase of wishful thinking that they could have sold at a certain level and rebought again, because ultimately everyone cares about the back size, and they wish they had sold over here. But folks, no one knows. At the end of the day, the technical analysts can claim A, B, C, D, E, but ultimately, folks, the market, it is a beast. It is a beast of its own. Sometimes it moves unpredictably. So we shouldn't be cursing ourselves, but rather I think that these are good times if someone has extra cash, and if they truly believe in a project, by the way, and if they have their due diligence, their research. And obviously are willing to invest what they can afford to lose, then they can get in these times when the price is dipping. Look at this. According to Jim Knox over here, Flare just touched our multi-month trend line with absolute perfection. A few days ago, I warned this could happen if a bigger correction played out, and here we are. It happened. What a beautiful gift from the market, being able to buy back at these levels after shorting the market. So obviously, if someone has done this, kudos to them. Shorting and then buying again. I mean, for some of us, it is really difficult to do it. To be very honest, to be selling and then rebuying and selling. Most of the people that are, I think, sound investors or are into utility projects, they tend to hodl and increase their bags when opportunities come. But according to Jim Knox, he had predicted this, warned this at least. So yeah, look at this. Let me show you. Yeah, there is no other crypto in existence with this much product price discrepancy. Flare equals the greatest opportunity in crypto, folks. So according to some, Flare networks, with the product it has, with the use case it has, and to be honest, folks, if you make a list of what Flare is, and then you tell someone its price, they will get surprised. If you tell them that Flare Networks is a layer one, and then you tell them it has its own enshrined oracles, and then you tell them that it is uh, uh, providing smart contracts to the projects that do not have intrinsic smart contracts like BTC, Doge, XRP, they would say that this should be at least in 100 billions of dollars of market cap at this point, or at least double digit billions. But here we are, folks. Here we are. Sometimes the market surprises me as to how many shit coins are at the top, and legit projects, or at least good potential projects like Flare, are so deep down, folks. So yeah, look at this. How does the XRP and FLR holders feel about yesterday's flash crash? Pissed that I missed a buying opportunity. Look at this. A lot of people think that these are indeed opportunities. Flash crash, I missed it. LOL. Feeling happy I have a DeFi loan backed by FLR and it did not get liquidated. FLR went down about 27%, while XRP went down 48%. An alt with a comparable market cap to Flare actually went to zero. Atom, I mean, okay. Ripple clearly were the big sellers. That was great fun. Let's do it again. But this time I'll be waiting with some fat cash at the bottom. So, some crazy stuff going on, folks. We've seen stock market crashes. People tend to get scared. They get so much. They get into panic mode. But this industry, I mean, this surprises me. Look at this. I chuckled and I had just bought 5k ZBC and 20 minutes before, so it's probably my fault. Tried to buy more XRP, but the exchange froze. Really getting tired of that shit. Okay, they've got a humor, folks. The crypto investors, they have a sense of humor. At least we can say this. Could have been a lot worse for FLR. It held up comparatively very well to some of the others. Feel like I have lost my balls. Okay. Honestly, I don't care. I just bought the dip like I always do. So this is some of the approach that people have, folks, when it comes to utility, especially DeFi architect says that the biggest DeFi onboarding event is happening right under everyone's nose. Flare just went live in Telegram wallet. That is 1 billion users, 100 million plus crypto ready wallets, zero friction to access XRP-Fi. Okay. The DeFi is growing, obviously, when it comes to Flare, total value locked, and XRP-Fi is growing as well. XRP-Fi means building the future of institutional grade DeFi accessible to retail investors. Awesome. Look at this. This is what I'm talking about. Let us be clear. Flare's foundations are solid. The roadmap is executing. What else does one want? People, a lot of projects oftentimes do not even follow the roadmap. Yeah, I know there are delays. It happens to be there. Delays are natural, folks, obviously. But at the end of the day, execution is of importance, in my opinion. The network is live. The community isn't going anywhere. Folks, one of the biggest parts of Flare's recent momentum building back is the community. Flare has got one of the most passionate and ardent communities out there, folks. They are vocal, always backing project, the developer. The developers aren't going anywhere. Flare isn't going anywhere. Price action, that is just noise. Volatility shakes out the tourists, but the builders stay building. I mean, really great DeFi architect. Let me repost this. I really like this. Can't handle the swings. No shame in sitting this round out. Need a break from the charts. That is healthy. Feel be here. Awesome. Really good motivation, to be honest. Because this was a true crypto carnage. That is indeed true, folks. Waking up to the crypto carnage was wild. And like I told you guys, that the fundamentals never change, even in times of carnage. So this is what we're talking about. If you held during this turmoil, you are a crypto soldier. Never forget these manipulated crashes so you don't panic next time. It won't be the last. This is what I'm talking about, the community, folks. And for the community, this section, this is this is 1 hour 14 minutes long. You can check this out. But I really like the Flare community. This is why I would like for you to hear this piece out from 30 minutes onwards.
All of that type of stuff. He was actually big into XRP, and that's how he discovered Flare. And I think he quickly realized, like we all have that a network that puts data at the layer one instead of kind of bolting it on later is one that's just primed for success. And so he went all in on the learning aspect of learning about Flare, investing in Flare, and then in 2022 took the dive and launched the FTSO on Flare. And like all the other FTSOs out there doing the amazing work, it's a hard job. It's one that I'm glad I'm not on the builder side. I'm on the marketing side. because it's submitting price data on these tight repeating windows. Chain upgrades don't stick to normal hours. He's up at all hours of the day and night, and at the end of the day, the accuracy is just as important as uptime. So that's kind of what he's been focusing on that side. And I think he also realized that the community is a big part of it too, and the community matters a lot. Delegators need to be consistent and stay on top of upgrades, but I think Juice mentioned, like, mistakes are made, things happen. You've got to be transparent with the community in order to kind of maintain that voting power. So I came on board with Burst at the start of this year with the goal of like really engaging the Flare community, understanding more about what they need. And my background, I've been in Web3 since 2021, starting in NFTs and then moving into DeFi. And my goal coming in was to just spend time learning and listening to what the community was saying and what they needed, and really starting to understand how, as an FTSO, we could open up from both the product side and the marketing side. And on the product side, we launched Burst nodes at the middle of this year with a goal of just giving people more information and taking some of the tools that we use on the back end to develop insight into the FTSO world, and sharing those with the community so people can see more. They can connect and see like real time balances, where they're at in terms of like rewards, see provider capacity, so they can understand when delegators are maxed out. We offer some live data network feeds as well, but it's really about building stuff under this guise of just like a loop where we build, we ship, and then we listen, and that's how we run Burst.
Yeah, that's super interesting. I have to say something here, which is when I joined Flare, you guys were
Folks, let me connect something. One might ask that I'm talking about fundamentals and then I'm talking about the community, because oftentimes people separate community from the fundamentals, and rightfully so. The tech, mainly the tech partnerships, they are the foundations, the fundamentals. But in my opinion, a good, coherent, mature community with knowledge, rational people are part of that fundamentals as well. And Flare has everything going for it, folks, from the developers to technicals to community members. It has a lot of thing going for it, to be honest, folks. It like I told you guys, it checklists everything, but obviously that price discrepancy, that is something due to the airdrops and what has transpired better than me. The XRP-Fi era is here today. The XRP liquidity migration is already underway, with almost $60 million in value on Flare networks. Swaps, LPing, farming, and while new incentives are just coming online. Awesome, folks. Look at this. Now, this is what we're talking about. We've built a trustless system. By the way, trustless means that no third parties involved, totally decentralized, dependent on its own, that lets non-smart contract assets like XRP interact directly with DeFi protocols on Flares. XRP was known as dealing with cross-border payments, but now it has got yield opportunities, reward opportunities, DeFi opportunities. So FXRP, it unlocks composability, yield opportunities, and cross-chain utility, folks. Now this is what we're talking about. Awesome. Look at this. No hiccups equals good. Few redemptions were made during the crash. All met with new mints. Check here. By the way, folks, these crashes are a chance to test the product as well, test the infrastructure, test the ecosystem as to what the ecosystem is all about, be it the community, be it technology, everything. Like, look at this. Hugo is saying the same. Yeah, last night was a sizable stress test. Obviously, Flare, the F assets, and Flare's data protocols performed well and as expected. It was a stress test for the mind as well as the product, folks. So the mental and physical test ongoing. Now, this is what we're talking about when it comes to Flare networks, folks. Look at this. Robert Kiyosaki warns that bubbles are about to start bursting, predicting that gold, silver, and Bitcoin will crash along with other assets. Here we've got a reply. Yeah, we are in an everything bubble. Domestic dollar assets, especially money printing, will send them very high until they pop. International assets like crypto will fare far better. So we do not know how they will do, but according to CAD analyst, it will fare far better in order to escape the fiat induced inflation. Obviously, something scarce is always better than something unlimited, folks. And especially Flare networks, obviously, folks, when it has got that scarcity going on for it as well, along with utility, not just utility, providing utility to the assets like BTC that are scarce, and ultimately this can lead to an escape from the fiat induced inflation. So folks, what do you guys think about Flare networks and its fundamentals? Do you think it is one of the greatest opportunities in crypto, and do you think that fundamentals ultimately surpasses these crash? I would really like your opinions. Do hit the comment box below and let the community know. Anyways, guys, this was it for the video. If you liked it, make sure to like, share, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification icon if you're interested in utility coins and potential gems. And you can also support the channel by checking out Patreon by following the link in the description box below. Until next time, stay blessed and stay tuned. Thank you very much, everyone.